I'm not going to go through Landon's bio again. Just go to video one if anyone in here doesn't know who he is, and then you can start watching that one. And then we're going to segue into this, which will be part two, because everyone loved your first video, man. So we did the poll in school, and everyone wants to know about the AI workflow stuff.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
was the most, I mean, they want to know about all of it, honestly, but that was the most interesting to everybody. So if you want to just kind of dive in, man, I'll let you do your thing or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. So what I'm going to show you guys today is essentially part of our high ticket build out that we do for customers. So this is a workflow that we personally use and all of our clients use for ad research. So last week kind of went over some of the video creation and how we're using AI clones and all that stuff to actually create the videos. So I'll walk you through kind of the back end of how we actually are finding these ads. So um, I'm going to go through a lot here. So some of this may be a little bit confusing. I know we only have, I don't know, 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But I'll try to cover as much as possible, give you guys an insight on, hey, here's the tools that you need. Here's exactly what's used. I'll walk you through the N8N workflow, everything. So first thing I'd love to do, I'll basically take one of your guys' competitors or anybody that you guys want to do ad research on, and I'll just do that rather than kind of static. So if somebody could throw it in the chat, like, hey, this is a person that's in my niche, or
Brian,
it's
give
your
us somebody. Brian's got a video company. Brian, give us your biggest competitor.
We would go with Bono Motion. Um, I will put it in the chat right now.
perfect.
Sweet.
Let's see what he's up to.
Sure. So what I will do,
Defeat is imminent for him.
yeah, first thing I will do is I'll just go to the ads library and I'm going to open this up, just pick all ads. No ads running. Is there potentially a different page that they could be running ads under?
They probably
He,
just don't run Facebook ads.
yeah, he's probably running a different one. Let me get one. And then
Or we could do an SEO competitor. We could do anything really.
let me see what he's calling himself now on his ads. Here we go. I'll go with this other competitor. He also does a halfway decent job too.
Cool.
So I have multiple markets, but these are kind of like the biggest guys.
Edge of Cinema.
Yeah, have you done work with them, Rob?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Nothing there.
Nada, huh?
No ads running.
So you know what? I have ads running right now for school. If you want to do me,
Okay. Just
just
under your
do,
name.
yeah, just do my name. There I am.
Cool.
I haven't touched these ads since I don't know, fucking October.
Do you have any? So the best case scenario, this works, but if somebody has video ads, like I can pick one, but I figure
Yeah.
it'd be better if I use somebody that you guys are familiar with. Um, so if you guys think of them, this takes no time at all. I'm just gonna pick one that I know is operational, know is working, just for the sake of this.
Yeah. I mean, Jeff Miller probably runs heads a lot.
Oh yeah, Jeff Miller.
Here's a guy I follow, Diggity Marketing Media.
Oh, Matt Diggity.
Matt Diggity.
Smart dude.
He's super smart.
I know this guy too, Justin.
Justin Saunders. Yeah.
He's from Income Accelerator, right?
I think that's the name
Or
of the.
Authority something Accelerator, I forget.
Please be running ads. Please be running.
Not
Dang,
just do
no.
Justin
Yeah, I'll do
Saunders.
Justin's. Um, okay, so how this works, all you need to do is you need to find a competitor and basically just grab the link up here. Okay. And so what we built, and so you'll see I have a bunch of these already built out in Airtable, which obviously you guys just see my saved searches. These
Yeah.
are that I'm just as I'm going through, and I'll always follow. Cole's my neighbor. Obviously one of the biggest names in the space. Good
Oh,
friend.
he's huge, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Lives 3 doors down from me in Scottsdale. So basically what you're going to do here, it's very, very, very simple inside of Airtable. So you have your ad library URLs. This is just my reference. You don't need to have this name of advertiser. And then you have a video table and you have an image table. Inside of the video table. What this is going to do as it scrubs is it'll naturally just figure out who it is, the name, the page, all of that stuff, the URL of the video, headlines, body copy, transcript, summary of the ad, strategy, visual strategies, and hooks that they're using, and the instructions on how to make this. So all of this stuff you don't need to worry about. This is just data that we're going to feed to the AI that this is all finding.
That is wild.
If I jump over here, what I have set up is basically a cleansing. Move zoom out of the way here. Clear the execution that was in there. So this is a weekly cleanse. So every single Sunday at 11:50 p.m., I cleanse my entire database because I'm looking for new stuff. And so as we're going through this, there's a filter in here that you guys will see. But basically, I filter out anything that got launched within the past 14 days because I know, just like myself, I test 10 to 25 different ads a week. I don't want to know what they're testing. I want to know what they've been using for 2 weeks because that signifies that, hey, this probably has some traction. And that's the stuff that I want to emulate. So I'll run this through here and then I'll basically show you what this is doing. So
what software is this?
This is called N8N.
Yeah.
So one sec here.
Is it your software, custom?
No. So N8N is like a workflow builder. So this is like Make or Zapier, but more drag and drop based, node based. There's like 650 different native integrations and then some code stuff that we run in here too.
Sweet.
So one sec here. I have to remove this trigger. This is the only thing. I have this in test mode for you guys just so I could move this around. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to imagine it's 11:50 p.m. on Sunday and I'm going to clear out my database. So what this is going to do is just run into Airtable. It's going to delete all the data that happened last week, get rid of everything so we can start fresh and pull different stuff in. So once this clears, I'll show you that it's done.
This is cool, man.
Would you want me to set up?
Yeah, just go ahead and jump in. Yeah.
Mute your mics.
Perfect. So now refresh the database, nothing in here, completely clear. I'm going to actually get rid of everybody except for Justin's and clear this all out. Just so there's only one in here because it'll happen a lot faster. So what we have inside of the workflow, I'll move this down, is all scheduled triggers. So this one, like I said, will run at 11:50 p.m. Sunday. And then at midnight on Monday, this scraping tool will start. And so what it's going to do, as I'll walk through each step here, it's going to go to Airtable and it's going to grab that URL. It's going to send an HTTP request through an Apify actor that is actually going to go to the ads library, and it's going to scrub all the ads for that specific person. Next, it's going to check and make sure, is this a video or is this an image? Reason for that is there's two very separate ways that I'm going to analyze images and videos. And so I want to filter out all of that stuff and let it run on a separate workflow. Once we have a video, it's going to filter out what we call a follower ad. So if you've ever paid attention to people, like Justin runs a lot of follow ads. So he just pushes people to his Instagram page, gets them to follow. I don't want any of that. I want to see what is he running to his actual offer, his low ticket offer. And I want to see how is he actually acquiring clients. I could care less about who's following him.
Nice.
So like I said, then it's going to go in and it's going to filter. Now I'll break down each of these nodes as it runs through this, but I just want to kind of do a full evaluation. So then it's going to filter out 14 days of the ads in the most recent 14 days. So I don't want anything that they're testing. I want proven winners only. And then it's going to re-add all of that information to the database. So I'll run this through here and then I'll start explaining further what's happening. So this will just run in the background. And as that's running, what we have here is called a loop. Now, you don't need to have a loop inside of here, but I use it for a specific reason. I want to analyze one thing at a time, and I don't want to take risk of my workflow actually breaking down by just collaborating and trying to push all this stuff through. So once this has a video, it is going to move into a Gemini node. So we use Gemini for all of our video analysis, all of our image analysis, like anything here. And this is a step that I'll show you guys in a second. But the reason why we use Gemini is because it can go frame by frame and it has the best actual understanding of breaking down a video without having to run it through, transcribe it, do all that stuff. It'll do all that work for you just at a click of a button, and then figure out exactly what's happening both visually and audible. So you don't have to do any work on that side of it. So we jump back here, see how long this is running. This will take a little while. But once we get inside of Gemini, I'll just open up this node here. You just give it a basic prompt, right? So if I look at this prompt, I provided you with the competitor's Facebook video ad. Your job is to evaluate the video and provide me with the following: general summary of the ad, the strategy of what the advertiser is doing and why it's working, the strategy of the visual hooks, the transcript if available. Some videos don't have a transcript. And then detailed instruction on how to create this for any niche without instructions for launching. I don't need that. All I need is the instruction for generating the creative only. Do not converse with me. Your output should only include the elements I asked for. Clearly title each output in the same manner, only using the titles that I have given you. So as this goes through here, it is doing the first one. So we'll back up a little bit. So right now, Justin's running 27 different ads that we scrape. So this will vary. Sometimes it'll only pull, we have it set to a minimum of 10, but at least 20 will probably come through on almost every single person. So of those, 8 were videos, 19 were images. So this will run through the entire video workflow first. And again, I know some of this stuff's gonna be a little bit confusing. So please just write down any sort of questions or anything that you have on that side of it.
Put them in the chat, guys, if you have questions. Yeah. I'll let Landon know.
Yep. And so what just happened here, and I'll pull this up so you guys can see the output. So it just went through and analyzed the first video. So you can see on the left-hand side, this is all the information that it pulled. So the advertiser, Justin Get Clients, the video URL. So I could actually, if I want to, just copy this. Whoops. This URL. And I can open this, and it's literally the ad that he's running. So it just pulled this ad in. I have all of the access to it. It's going to be analyzing this in the output. It gave me general summary. All this stuff's going to come out into a big mess of information here. And that's what this code node is for. So you can literally, I'm not a coder. I don't know how to write a single line of JavaScript, anything. I just go to ChatGPT and I'll just tell it, hey, break this up and essentially give me all of this stuff in return. And here's what we get back. So if I jump to my Airtable, you can see here this first one that's already ran through. It gave me the exact headline that he's running, the body copy for the ad. So if I open this up, this is exactly what he's running for body copy. Can pull that in, the transcript. So it does have it here. It's the entire transcript of what he says in the ad.
That's awesome.
The summary of the whole ad. So it just kind of gives me an overview. The strategy, which this is where it starts getting nitty gritty and like understanding. Like what is the principle of why this actually works, right? So this pulls in and it breaks it down. So low barrier to entry, $37 price point, impulse buy for the level of target audience, powerful risk reversible, like crazy stuff that it's extracting from this. Qualifies.
Damn, man.
Specificity, geez, I can't even hardly say that word. And bold promise, builds authority and trust. Everything is here. The visual strategy is here. And like the cool part is this is all good, but I don't necessarily care about it right now because I don't even want to look at this. I'm just going to send all this data to AI and it's going to actually analyze this and write scripts for me. So,
so essentially this system will it'll curate a list of winning ads that people have already tested because it's only grabbing ones that have been running for a while, usually past the testing phase, which is 2 weeks or whatever. And basically you're going to be essentially copying winning ads in your market and then having AI generate everything.
Yeah. And I'll show you a really cool thing that we do as well. So with our landing pages, I don't even have to like explain what the offer is. I just throw the landing page into Gemini and it tells me exactly what the offer, like I know what it is, but it'll explain the offer in clear detail. And that will come later to where what we do is we set this up for clients so it either sends them an email. So you can see here, this one just finished. So like some of these, it won't pull any information in, like if there's like some sort of encryption, which isn't a big deal. I'm just looking for 3 to 4. And this is why I have like 5 or 6 different competitors.
Yeah.
Because typically this will be like a 2-hour workflow that will run in the background while I'm sleeping. So yeah. But yeah, so like what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my landing page, I'm going to drop it into Gemini, and I'm going to have it explain in AI terms what the offer actually is. And then when I run this through to have it write my scripts, it's writing it off of the specific offer on that landing page, not necessarily just my core offer of the backend offer.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit more in depth. And so one of the things too, because I know like a lot of this community here is obviously Google Ads. You can still run the same exact system with Google Ads. I haven't tested it because I'm not, like I said, I don't really do any PPC stuff. So yeah, you can basically scrub the entire ad library to pull all of the PPC stuff that's running for a competitor, figure out what are they using, like all sorts of crazy stuff.
That's
So
wild. Brian said, who double checks this compared with the customer's offer prior to making new videos?
so as far as like, could you explain that, Brian? We have a little bit of time while this runs in the background.
Yeah, so it's nice that it breaks this down. Like, what do we do after this? Does it automatically create the video asset for your brand or for your customer's brand? Is that what this does, right?
Yeah, so we build essentially our backend product that we build for people is we build out an entire workflow where it automatically creates AI videos as well. So like once you have your script, which I'll show you in a short time here, like it'll pull in a script if you want to edit it all that our customers have to do is they just take that script to a form, they drop it into just a simple Airtable automation, and it runs that script through, generates all of the clips for the videos, and returns our customers finished clips, and then they just edit together. So we don't do any of the editing on our side. We allow people to have their own creative freedom and that good stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, basically you can just take this, and the whole idea behind it is like all of your research is done, all of your filming is done. All that you do is basically take everything that's given to you, clip it together, edit it however you want, or most people will have an editor. And then they just run everything as far as their content. So
you don't have to guess what to do. It's giving you what to do.
Right. I'm more worried about, it says $27 for the entire system, right? Like if a customer offers the same exact offer, like wouldn't that,
okay,
you're competing offers with what you've just scraped from the internet, which is fine.
Yeah. Yep.
You just, somebody has to come in. Who's the cognitive person that says,
sure,
hey, let's make a better offer or adjust this offer, and at
sure.
what stage?
Sure. I'll show you. So a lot of this has to do with the offer that the customer runs. So part of our onboarding process is we do a little bit of like refining of our clients' offers as well. So we'll actually go through a whole process of positioning, making sure everything's good for cold traffic. And since we're only feeding it our landing pages, so in other words, ours or our clients' landing pages that we're actually running the ads to, it'll only write copy based on what is actually on the landing page. So that's kind of where like the human in the loop happens.
I see.
Yep. Yeah. Where basically we build the offer the correct way on the landing page to allow the AI to only build off of that. So it's not hallucinating. It's not sending random stuff into the ether like that.
Landon, one more thing. Peter said, does this work with YouTube ads or is it just Facebook ads right now?
Yep. YouTube ads.
Yeah.
Anything Google, PPC, all that stuff. So
sick.
Yeah, like I said, we specifically with how we basically train or work with our clients, a lot of it is Facebook. So all the stuff I've personally just built for Facebook, but if I go to Apify, I can probably show you right now.
And Landon, one more thing, because this is like insanely valuable, but if somebody wanted a done for you, you guys do that, right?
Yep.
And we're just throw it out there now, just so people have it, just in case they don't want to try and figure all this out.
Yeah, two ways. Essentially, you can just directly contact me as far as the done for you stuff. The big thing is obviously coming into your community. I didn't want to bring like a sales pitch or anything.
No, it's just so valuable. It's such a great service, man. That I haven't even seen anything like this before done. So I figure you might as well just tell people too if they want to take that route.
Yep. Yeah, you can directly contact me. Otherwise, I can drop like a personal link as well for anyone that wants to check it out. So
sweet.
Yeah. So if I go to Apify here and I just search YouTube App Scraper, like here's one right here. This one is probably another one that works well. What I typically look for, or like let's do PPC, Amazon, Google Search Scraper. Yeah. So a lot of the stuff is here just on first look. I probably wouldn't have to spend a whole lot of time and I could build it. And it would basically mimic the exact same workflow. So
very cool.
Cool. So we are through the video section here, and you'll see, like I said, a lot of these are going to be duplicates. Yeah, so these are all the same ones. So just skipped over the top of it. Perfectly fine. Now it's got 5 different images. So the image process is exactly the same. So what I'm doing is I'm filtering right here. Is this a carousel? Now, the reason why I filter out carousels is because it'll confuse the workflow a lot of times. And all it'll do is just keep looping back and forth on the same videos. So I'm like, well, it doesn't really matter. All you technically need is 1 to 3 really good ads that have been running for a while. And I know with Justin's stuff, like if I just go to his ad library, like he has the one that it scraped right here has been running since May. So I know that it's a
Yeah,
winner.
it's a winner.
Yeah. So I don't need to really be too concerned about it. But the image side is the same exact thing. So it's going to filter out carousels, filter out the follow ads. So we started with 19, got rid of 4 carousels, had 15, got rid of 5 of those for 10, find all of them that did not get launched in the last 14 days, and it left us with 5 images. Now this is going to run through the exact same workflow inside of Gemini. So all I did is change it to say, hey, this is an image ad, this is not a video ad, and it'll pull all of this data in. So we'll give this a minute here, let it load.
So you really gotta let this thing run, right? So like when you do this workflow, like you're doing it and then you're going to bed, and when you wake up in the morning, it's all done for you and nice and neat in your Airtable.
Yeah. Well,
and ready to rock.
the cool part about this is set on schedule triggers. So I don't even have to trigger it. Like this just runs every week for me. I don't think about it. I don't care about it. And then just depending on what the client wants, we typically have a shared Slack channel where we'll send it, or if they just want it via email every Monday, it just throws it in their email Monday morning.
Yeah.
We just tell people we do. So like I said, this process is the process that we tell people to create content with. Same exact workflow. So we scrub people's Instagram pages that are their competitors, and it runs through almost an identical workflow, does all the work for them, figures out what's working for all their short form content, and then gives them scripts and tells them exactly what to do every Monday morning. And so we provide basically 10 ads to test every single week, and then 15 short form videos to do. So basically like 25 pieces of content every week, completely done for you as far as the ideation. And then we build, like I said, the workflow for actually creating it with AI, with a clone.
Yeah.
The offer of how we do that essentially is we build and we train a LoRa model for people, and then we create 3 different filming scenes. So like, for instance, if you want to consider a scene like podcast studio, at the beach, or in New York, like you just pick 3 that you would typically film in.
Yeah.
And then create 10 different angles at each one of those scenes. So it has a lot of cuts to it and just changes the angles. The AI actually goes in, once you upload the script, it'll analyze the script, figure out, hey, where's the best scene to film this? And then it picks all the stuff for you. And what you get back is, like I said, just finished 10-second clips of the entire script.
This is wild, man. And so you guys do this as a service for basically brands, right? Like,
yep.
And now just work on a local level, or I mean, you got to have competitors that are actually doing stuff for this to work, right? So it's got to be it's got to be a decent sized niche. You can't do this in like a tiny market, right?
Yeah. So think of it this way: our technical offer to people is content creation and ad creation and all that stuff. But the biggest thing in the differentiator for us is we don't make you film. Like you don't have to film at all.
Yeah.
So we do all of the thinking and we do all of the build out. So like I said, we basically, the first 7 to 10 days of working with us is us building everything and completely hands off. Like there's no technical insight that people have to do.
Yeah.
Once they're done, essentially all they have is forms that they need to fill out. So input your script and some basic stuff on that. And then they just get everything sent to them without having to do anything. So
you guys, and they're responsible for the editing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you guys do editing too, if that's an additional thing they want you to handle?
Right now, no. We can place an editor. So I have like 350 applicants a month for video editors.
Yeah.
What I do is I just go into different groups and I give them a bunch of clips and I tell them, hey, create a sample project for me. And then they just basically fill out an application. I let them know, hey, we have a pool of clients that may be reaching out to you. So this is just purely you getting access to our client pool.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, basically what our clients can do is they can go in and they can look at all the sample projects, find the person that they like the most as far as editing style, and then just pick them, hire them,
Very cool.
It's genuinely way, way, way more I won't say cheaper, but more cost effective than just hiring an editing team or like an agency. So
Yeah, definitely. We have for Clicks Geek, our agency, we have a whole internal team that we built out that does all the content stuff. So
yeah,
you can definitely get creative with it. Brian said, "Can I see an example of a video that is created after this process is done, pretty much based on the
yeah.
system?"
Yep. Yeah, give me one sec here. Just want to make sure this is running. Have you seen any of my content, Brian?
Yes.
Okay, so I will give you a prime example of one that is specifically. Now, obviously, this is going to be edited. We just relaunched a bunch of ads too. My coaching. Yeah, this is one here. So I don't have sound shared, I don't believe.
No,
For
we heard
example,
it. We could hear it.
okay. For example, this is 100% generated with AI. Now it's going to be a little bit different because I personally edited this, so it's going to have a little bit more transition. And the images that are not inside of the video are clients won't watch AI clone content like this. You're wrong. This is obviously not AI generated, but everything video wise, all of these are clips where I just told it. Once I input my script, that first section, my coaching clients won't watch AI content. That's part of the script that got inputted, and it'll clip that. The second clip, same thing. I bet nobody likes it. Same thing. So the whole thing is like you'll get the raw clips. The editing side of it, I don't necessarily provide. So the reason for that is people want different stuff, and like people have a different taste, they have a different niche.
That's a can of worms, dude. If you get
Yeah.
into editing, then you're a lot of back and forth, a lot of tweak this, do that. I don't like this. You can't. I understand why.
Yep. So that's a prime example there. Let me zoom out of this here and I'll pull up another one for you that is
You got a 10-minute warning.
10-minute warning.
10
I
minute
got you.
warning.
So basically it kind of gives you what their offer is, adjust your offer, and then you would need to just edit the video to match that offer and landing page. Or
Yep. Yep. So we do pre-context. So
yeah.
I'll show you this really quick because this is really important. So this is the workflow here. My personal one, I don't have it going to a Slack or anything. I just pull it straight out of my Airtable, but there would be a Slack note at the end of this for a client or an email note. So what this is doing is every week after this workflow finishes, so this one, perfect. I grabbed two of them that were not duplicates. What this does, if I run this, I'll pull this up here. Should be able to knock this out in a couple minutes. We'll have time. If we need to, I guess we can jump back on too.
Mm-hmm.
Let me clear this out. Perfect. So what this is going to do, this is post execution every single Monday. This is going to go grab all the video data. It's going to aggregate it. And then there's a script writer and there's an image ideator agent in here that do both of these. So before I do this, I'll show you the prompt for each one of these. Just tell that it's Facebook ads copywriter. I've done my research on my competitors' videos, providing you with my findings below. You're just going to find summaries, headlines, body copy, transcripts, blah, blah, blah. So your job is to provide the following: summary of the trends in my competition's ads with their headlines, body copy, scripting, visual hooks, and 5 video scripts that fit for my offer, which is provided below, written in 8th grade reading level. You must provide a headline, body, script, etc. So how do I actually figure out the offer? So you'll see inside of here, this is my offer. So this is just a full summary. All that you have to do, if I just go to my page, there's a plugin that I use that's called Go Full Page, right? So I'll just click Go Full Page. This will literally take a picture of the entire funnel for me and save it to my computer. Once I have that, I run over to Gemini. I just grab that image, pull this in, zoom jump out of my way. Just tell it this is my landing page. Summarize my entire offer to provide to my media buyer and copywriter to create new ads. So the cool part about Gemini is you don't need to be super tactful with your prompting. Like it honestly is smart enough to where I can use 1 sentence, 2 sentence prompts.
Yeah, you don't have
And
to be too specific.
yeah, you don't have to be very specific at all. Now I use it obviously in the AI studio, so the back end side, and I'm just testing with the model.
Mhm.
Don't really ever use it like on front facing, just like the Gemini itself, just because everything we do is API. So what this will do, it'll literally just evaluate the entire thing, and you'll notice here, this will probably be almost identical to the one that's in there. Perfect. So gave me a full summary here. Digital course assistant that teaches how to create hyper-realistic AI clones of themselves. This clone can be used to generate hundreds of videos automatically, eliminating the need for user to be on camera. Explains who the target audience is based on the thing, core problem that's solved, solution and unique value. Like everything is here. I just drag and drop this right into the prompt. And essentially, once I have this, I just run this workflow. It'll pull all the video data that we just grabbed, run it through a code just to kind of clean it up. It'll go to Gemini.
That's so cool.
And, yeah, we'll get our outputs. So like I said, once this one finishes here, I'll show you the output, and I have all my ad scripts for the week. So give it just a second here.
5 minutes. It's gonna kick us out. How did you figure all this out, man? This is like next level stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, so we've worked on a lot of different stuff, a lot of different projects. I will say this is probably the more simple side of what we do. Like N8N is very user friendly. It's
Yeah.
not like very technical. Like I said, I don't know how to code. I don't know anything. Any code node that you've seen here was written by either Claude or ChatGPT. I don't know any of that. So the main thing was just like figure out a use case, right? Like what am I trying to automate in my business right now that I don't necessarily want to have a human doing?
Yeah.
And just bring it here. Or like what I'll do is I'll type out a Google Doc of like the workflow that I use. And then I'll try to mimic that with different nodes or different tools inside of N8N and see what I can actually
It's very cool, man. It's very impressive. It really is. Pretty wild.
Perfect. So this is going to be a big mess of stuff. It's a lot cleaner once it actually gets sent via the message. But what you'll see here is summary of your competitor ad trends. So I'll say the headline summaries, direct. Let me actually make this a little bit bigger for you guys so you can.
Peter said, why do you think people use N8N instead of Make? I see it more and more in the AI space.
Yeah. I personally think it's ease of use, right? So like I can come in here and I can just look and it's like simple text, 8th grade reading level. Like as you notice, all my prompts say 8th grade reading level.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of psychology behind that in the sense of like if your user doesn't understand the verbiage behind it, they're never going to buy it. And I think with Make, the problem is it was built by very technical people. And then you have something like N8N that's like, hey, I'm not that technical. How can I build a process that is a lot simpler? So N8N is good. Flow-wise is another one. But what you're seeing is like tools like Zapier and Make. A lot of people are just jumping from them because they don't want to spend the time learning when they can just use a drag and drop code builder. So cool. So yeah, like I said, I'll run through this really quick, but you can see has a summary of like what the strategy is behind all of this stuff. Again, this is a big mess of text, but I'll just run down here to where it says.
Landon, real quick too, because it's gonna boot us in like 2.5 minutes. Where can people find you? How can they contact you if they want to learn more about this stuff or get any courses on it that you guys have, or just talk to you in general?
Yep. Yeah, you can shoot me a direct email. Like that's my personal email there. You can join the community. So LinkedIn works as well. I can drop my LinkedIn link. I don't use it as often anymore, but obviously still have the app with all the notifications.
Your community is awesome, by the way. I'm going through the Instagram course right now. It's perfect. It's perfectly like laid out. It's awesome. For anyone who's wondering about the courses in there, it's top-notch stuff.
Yeah. I can drop the link to that too. So one thing I will say, like a lot of these processes, like the automation stuff, I don't necessarily have built in a course. I know, Peter, you just said course would be great. I certainly can build it, like not a problem at all. Like that is not an issue at all. I can definitely build it really quick. So because a lot of this stuff, like I said, is part of our back end fulfillment and just higher end stuff, like we just have never really packaged it for front end. So
So after this output, because we're about to get booted,
sure.
this sends an email to your client, and then it gives them what they have to do that week, and that's
Yep.
pretty much it.
Yep. So you'll see here, and like I said, this split. So you see all these new lines. So this is a lot cleaner text when it gets put raw versus just a basic output. So you can see here it says video scripts for your offer. So video 1, clone yourself angle headline, clone yourself with AI, create 400 videos a month for $27. Body, online coaches and creators. What if you clone yourself? What if AI clone could create all your marketing videos for you so you never have to step in front of a camera again? I know it sounds like science fiction, but now it's a reality. So like this is just using all of the models that Justin uses in his scripts and just rewrote it exactly for our offer. So it's literally the exact winning formula, the exact text modeling and the image modeling. It gives you underneath of here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I gotta stop us. So let's continue this thread in school. I'm gonna create a post, and if you guys have questions, let's go there. And because it's gonna boot us any second,
Sure.
and we'll hammer Landon with more questions.
Yeah. I'm in there. So if you guys have anything, I'll be active all day. I'll try to answer everybody as fast as possible.
All right, I'll start a thread right now.
Perfect.
All right, later, guys. Thanks, Landon.
Yep. See ya.
See you, buddy.